Put you live, baby.
We're live? Can you guys hear us? I need 1 thumbs up. I heard there's like 1.4 people on the live. So sorry for the short notice. That's just what happened. Good on sound?
I haven't gotten a thumbs up yet, but it probably is fine.
Probably is. Maybe is. Good to go. How many people you got over there, camera wife?
We got a few.
A few? Okay. Can one of the few?
We got 9 folks.
9. And
sound is perfect.
Outstanding. Sorry, it probably looks crazy bright in here. I screwed with the lighting and probably messed it up. So anyway guys, happy Saturday. Yeah, I'm making coffee because this was kind of like a last minute thing. So I need coffee, else I die.
How's everybody doing? It's a beautiful day today.
Super incredible day here.
We're doing it today because tomorrow's our daughter's birthday.
And Jesus.
Easter.
He rose.
We're sure a lot of you are busy. Josh gave us $100 already.
Josh, are you flirting with me? Thanks, dude.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, King of Knives is on.
It helps. You know, it helps,
King
Josh.
of Knives is on.
I almost said his real name. Man, I don't see you that much. Is that because we do them on Sundays and you're going out there?
Wade King, where are y'all? We're in Ringgold, Georgia.
Northwest Georgia.
This is our basement.
The bunker, otherwise known as the bunker. And all of these items on the wall that we are not allowed to touch.
Georgia Gun Shed, probably not. We're probably going to take our daughter and do stuff with her tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's also, I hope camera wife, well, she told me I'm going to drink.
Oh, I'm not drinking it if you just made it real strong.
I didn't. I'm just saying.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm excited. It smells so good. Can you smell it over there?
So we're going to do a live today. We're going to show all 14 knives.
Right.
And
some of the older versions, because I don't have the new ones yet.
Okay. King of Knives says he's usually at work or church on Sunday.
Good for you. We should be at church on Sunday, but this is what we do.
Working at the ER tomorrow from Carl Ballesteros. This is perfect. Awesome.
Crap. Why is this not lighting?
Matthew said he got drugged to a mall. Are you watching us from the mall?
Man.
Frankie DC, I'm in Poland at the moment. They have the best knife laws here. Haha, you can even carry a sword outside. Yeah, that's kind of how it is here in Georgia.
I think it's 17 inches in Georgia.
Hoff Tower Concrete and Simplified Crawfish, $5. Happy Easter.
Thanks, brother. It looks like my sparker doesn't want to work today. That's effing awesome. Thanks, Jet Boyle.
Uh-oh, you better just cancel this now.
No way.
Cancel this live now if you don't have your coffee.
Nope. I got an idea.
He left. So we brought all the grips, every grip. So for people that have asked about grip colors, we have them. And we have all the knives, but some of them are the older models. So they will have updates on the newer ones. A lot of the patrons already got to order.
Yeah, guys. So I had to turn that off early because I knew we were going to be live. So if any of you either just joined in the last few minutes or you didn't get your order in before noon, just reach out. We'll still put your order in. Hell, as a patron, we'll put your order in all the way up until, forever, whatever. You guys still have that early access. You just have to get our help to do it. Make sense at all? I just was going to...
Sam, if you need to put that order in, you still can.
Yeah.
We just have them locked right now, but we'll put it in for you.
I unlocked them, but I took everything out of stock because I knew we were going to be doing this.
But he asked AEBL or ADCRV for the Mercenary. What would you choose?
I've been getting asked that a lot because I've really been talking a lot about AEBL lately. And the only difference that you're going to see is it's slightly harder to sharpen than ADCRV. And, sorry, this thing takes some... It's a stainless. So, which is not a bad thing, right? But it's very durable. It's freaking awesome, honestly. AEBL, that is.
Ron Izzy said the AEBL Warthog was a popular choice yesterday.
Man, I saw... Well, I didn't see... I look... I know I was texting with Clayton yesterday. Did I really just turn my gas off like an idiot?
Did you?
Yeah, my sparker's not working. Let me let that gas clear. Yeah.
You brought the Javati with you, did you? From Chad
did.
Jack wants to know. And Frank EDC says, I watched the last episode of Forged in Fire yesterday. When can we see you on there, Tim?
Funny story. I turned them down. I did early on in my career when I was still beating everything out on an anvil. I turned them down. So we thought that was kind of going to be the way to go for us. So we reached out and said, hey, I'm awesome. You guys need me. And then, man, this jet boil is loud. We got to watch this thing, man. Otherwise.
Yeah, at first, I think we reached out to them first.
Right.
Early on. When
and they said no.
Starting.
And then.
Well, they didn't say no. They did an interview with you, and then we just didn't hear anything.
Oh, yeah. And then, like, the season after that, they're like, hey.
We want you on.
We want you on. And I'm like, oh, by the way, I've moved away from beating them out. I do stock removal now. So whatever. But I was an animal. Like on my interview video.
I wish we had that video. I searched the old computer. I couldn't find it anywhere.
We sent it in and they said, well, what you made on your interview was like a small knife. Can you make a big one? So I took a big 30-inch piece of bar stock and beat out a 17-inch machete. Like literally in 20 minutes, beat that machete out. And they were like, holy crap, that's incredible. And I did it on video and sent it to them. Like, and they're like, wow, but yeah, it's not my jam anymore. I don't do that. I don't beat them out on an anvil. So they should have a.
Hey, Michael Skates.
Like a. Thanks for being cool, by the way, Michael Skates. Or Skates. I don't know how you say it.
Wise by guy said they're not hard to sharpen. I just ship it to you with a laughing, crying face. He's the one that we forgot to do a CQC.
Did you get it?
he should be getting it. I know it's been mailed. Yeah, y'all imagine if you sent your knife in to get a CQC edge and we sent it back to you with just the whole edge sharpened without the back edge.
So here's what happened.
Ooh.
I went down to the shop and I'm like, where the F is this knife? This was supposed to have a CQC on it. And everybody's like looking at each other like, and I'm like, guys, I appreciate you being on top of it and opening it. So they just thought it needed to be re-edged. So the guys in the shop, they just sent the shit back out. Like, here you go. And then he gets it back and he's like, I've already been without this for a week. Yeah, sorry. So this time I was like, thanks for trying to be proactive.
Trust Monkey, will you make more black FLNs with metal ring?
Yeah, actually I have some in process, as a matter of fact.
Did I say your name wrong? I thought I said Michael Skates. Did I say it wrong?
I probably said it wrong.
Brian Carey, you are correct. It's Saturday, not Sunday.
Yeah.
We did it today because tomorrow is our daughter's birthday and Easter, and figured people would be busy. And we wanted to show all the knives for people that are thinking about ordering that maybe need some more info on them.
Or you can just watch me make this diesel fuel of Israeli coffee. That is incredible. Is that what I'm trying to say? Am I trying to speak English? I just
planning on getting a Nighthawk. Would I be able to get the blacked out finish like the pick on the site?
No. Nope. Next question.
We are thinking about doing some Cerakote, but we don't have the option right now.
Yeah, we did a sample of some Cerakote, and then naturally there's like all these hateful people like, if you can't even get my order out because I don't know how to read and didn't realize that it was a waiting list for it, then you shouldn't be stupid and making colorful knives, you gaffer. And I'm like, thanks, guy. I appreciate that. Maybe you should read. Is English a prerequisite to order from us?
907-111. My daughter was just born 2 days ago.
Congratulations. Wow, is this your first?
2-day-old baby. Man, I bet you're not getting any sleep.
Yeah, ours was pretty good.
Hey, Jonathan Wren. Yeah, I saw your message come through. We can put your order in for you.
Yep. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I jumped the shark a bit on that, just because we were going to be on the live. So, yes, any of you other guys that are on here too, patrons, or anybody watching this that's not a patron, if you want to join now to get in on that anytime before, Monday at noon, you can get in early. There are some blades that were so close to selling out. So close.
Yeah, I think I looked at, was it the Warthog? I said, man, there's only 10 left.
Yeah, Combatant in AEBL, there was only 10 of those left. It's probably because it's new and I just started talking about it.
It's my third. I had to deliver her. It was wild. The midwife showed up about 20 minutes after.
Look,
wow.
Bro, our midwife lives like basically as far away as Egypt is from Georgia on our last
Yeah, we
one.
had ours at home.
Yeah, we did a home birth, and man, she was so far away, which made me really nervous. Really nervous, but we're fine. Well, I was fine.
And I was like, Tim, get away from me because I don't like to be around people when I'm hurting. I'm like, go away.
Straight up. It's like, you guys know, if you've had kids, like, it's not like you see in the movies where you're like, I'm going to play catch, and she's going to be sweet and like.
And so you delivered the baby?
Like delivered, like received?
That's crazy. So
your punishment is watching me. Right, because you did a good thing.
He said, yeah, I was telling her to hold it in.
Yeah, that's...
Aaron D just got my CQC yesterday, 2 days early, and I absolutely love it. Awesome.
Outstanding, man. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we had a little bit of a...
Good morning, Mr. Ed.
Somebody put the handle scales on crooked, one of our regular Nightstalker that went out, and I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, so I'm taking care of that in the background. If you're watching, we spoke on the phone earlier anyway. I won't name drop, but that's weird. That's happened once ever, maybe ever, but yeah. What else is going on? Yes, what are you guys here for? How many people do you have now? Do we have enough people to...
Yeah, we got 100, and then people can go back and watch it so they can see the knives and the...
Are there any questions before we just start showing knives? Like any...
I think I'm just going to go down the list of all the knives and let you, and then people can just chime in. Trust monkey, I just hug women and they get pregnant. Lots of different women or just one woman?
Yeah, I would say keep that to yourself, friend. If it's more than one... If it's more than one, then
was the Piranha not available in AEBL from Chris B?
It was not. That's because I screwed up and ordered 3 times as much Nitro V steel as I did AEBL. And then we sold them. And in case you guys don't know, Nitro V and AEBL chemically are identical. So literally, if you look them up side by each, all the amount of chromium, vanadium, carbon, all the crap that's in there, it's identical. The only difference is that they use nitrogen to evacuate the furnace when they're making it of oxygen. So,
can you move over to the left a little bit?
My left or yours? That's my right. Like this?
Yeah, now you're more centered.
How does the lighting on the
Don't even ask. They're gonna tell us it
I know.
sucks.
It's like, gosh, I'm gonna murder myself. You guys see we got flagged on Instagram for like marijuana content when I haven't seen marijuana like in my life.
They flagged our last video, and I'm like watching. Where did they get this?
Yeah, there's not. I don't even think there's anything green in the video.
There is green stuff in the video, but it's just warrior grips.
Oh, that's a different color green. Like
Half Power Concrete Simplified Crawfish Company. I know my Huntsman was slightly used and didn't need sharpening, but I figured I'd send it in anyway. Did he send it in that ship package?
No, yeah, slightly used.
The wall looks good from Stephen Clayton.
Good. Look, works better. Looks better. I plan to go see my FFL later.
Ron, your last live I was on with you ended abruptly. Was that the last? Oh, when we got.
Yeah. That's why I'm not.
Like
I'm just going to stand like this. As best we can figure out, they have bots that are scrubbing, looking for you touching or handling firearms and transporting them. And when I pointed to that Mark 25, they thought I picked it up. And then they doubled down on it. So, but we still do plan to try to do some firearm content on. Sorry, I'm burping like crazy because of that.
Oh my gosh, Tim, that's disgusting.
Look, dude, I'm a dude. I do all kind of weird stuff. I pee, I poop,
Jay Mylu, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Jay Mylu is on. He says, I'm watching.
Oh, good. So, we're going to get that shit resolved because it's such an anomalous thing anyway, completely my fault. So,
hey guys, from Oklahoma City, from Joseph Vincent.
OKC, we used to have blades at Sharp Things, OKC, but we grew too fast and don't have any there. So, yeah, Clayton, I'll be headed to my FFL later.
You should go to Sharp Things OKC.
I wonder if they have any of our
Oklahoma
blades left in
City.
there, because that's like the last time. You got 10 seconds till coffee,
Blades
lady.
and Bangs should be our channel name for the other channel.
And what about brew? Because we drink.
Blades, Bang, and Brew.
But it's coffee, right? All right,
You
lady.
happen to have the prototype of the Agent Warncliffe on you?
Just the profile. Here's your stuff. It's hot. So I have just a profile. I don't have the beveled one yet, but that's what it's gonna look like. That's the shape. So combatant grip, and then we got the thumb drop away there. So that's a forward press. High grind. I showed the pictures of the original, but I don't know what the F I did with them.
Sharp Things OKC is like the only place
We ever did, and that's because
have a
Craig
blade.
there, who's a super great human, he basically hounded the piss out of me until I said okay. Well, the first time they saw us at Blade Show, our first year at Blade Show, he's like, hey, you guys are gonna go somewhere, I'd like to get your stuff. So I'm like, sure, because we were like baby at that time, and it was like paycheck to paycheck kind of stuff. And then he held me to it.
They're sold out of all our stuff, Casey.
But then I got busy and I couldn't keep up with the demand. So because we did our first Blade Show, people started buying stuff, and then Sharp Things is like, hey, where's my stuff? So I said, man, I really need to sell some stuff.
Oh,
we needed the
Roz
money.
is on. He said, when is it dropping? But can you show the color that you have, and we can see if he wants that in the 304?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But we had to order more colors. There's a couple people that ordered the 304
Hot.
backpack,
Man, that's incredible.
and
Cause
this
you
is
guys,
the
let me
one
move
that
this
we
out of the
have
way.
right now.
Let me go grab it.
Hey, Derek Poppenhagen. He said hello to me and you and the
Welcome.
Agent Warncliffe, question mark from Roz.
Yeah, so that was going to be the adversary, right? But we
When
didn't.
is the new Night Guardian going to be released?
So here's what I'm hoping to do. Here's that color, Ross. So it's khaki, or whatever you want to call it.
But you ordered black and OD,
I
right?
ordered black and OD, but
So
there's
we can
this.
ship this one now. Or we'll...
But there's one of these. So, and we already asked him if he wanted it. So you guys, if you want these, I'll order more. So that's the 12. They call it the Tactical Pack 12, the 304 size.
have a resin of the adversary?
No, actually, I do not, which is odd. We never did one. I knew it was going to be magic, so I did it. I went ahead and put it in production. So,
Joseph, we buy those and get them at cost, and then sell them cheaper to our patrons so that they can save a little bit of money. Is it possible to send both orders from the January and this drop together when everything is ready to save on shipping costs?
if you want, but here's the thing: the bigger blades.
Hold on, pause. $5 from Winston Cabretti. Morning, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Good morning, coffee, knives, God, and guns.
That's right. All of that. Coffee, God, guns, guys, camera, gal.
Roz likes it, so we can give him that one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's the only one I had ever ordered. Sorry, I'm messing with Jay's blade here. I think the guys must have straightened this when they got it back. Kind of like they did with what's his name's knife, and sent it back without doing the back edge on it. I snagged it.
So to answer that person's question about if we could ship them all together, we could, like,
We can.
hold them.
Is it international? Or are you just trying to keep from getting in trouble like 6 times and your wife doesn't know and you ordered 6 blades?
Bukino F-18. Are you international? I would imagine.
Sounds Italian-ish, if I could guess. So yeah, that does make...
Do y'all want to see knives first or grips first or both?
A talk or none of it? None of it. None of that crap.
When will the Night Huntsman be available from Georgia Gun Shed?
Night Huntsman. Are we doing that? Didn't we say we weren't going to bring it back?
You said you weren't going to bring it back, but I think you may need to bring back the Defender and the sharpened version, because people that have gotten that like are going crazy over it. Like, why don't you have it?
So the Huntsman and the Defender. Tonto. Basically a Nightshade Tonto. Right?
Fish Ranch. Do you think we should bring that thing back? The Defender. I know you have one.
Did we sharpen his?
Mm-hmm. Remember, he made a sheath for it. Alec Goldie just waiting for the mailman to show up with my Defender. Thanks for getting that out, Tim. Oh yeah, you got the drop points.
There was another question I was asked right before that. And I didn't answer it, and I forgot what it was.
Carl wants to see the stinky stripe.
You know, I wiped it. She doesn't let me run around with poop on my back anymore, so it's just... She's rude like that. I don't really understand. I did ask the G10 people if they could do a brown stripe, and then she deleted the email, so... that didn't happen. I made that up.
Thomas Maloney, thanks for the regrind on the CQC. Absolutely love it. Hasn't left my belt.
You're welcome. How about I still don't understand how we... Well, the guys have been on top of it.
Huggies! Mr. Huggies.
Are they called Huggies when it's like for a grown man? I can be a big ass bitch baby, so maybe that's appropriate for that operation. So man, what was the question?
You had mentioned needing 100 orders to bring back the Huntsman, is what Stephen Clayton said.
I did. Oops.
King of Knives loves his Defender and the sharpened one. Yeah,
see, he got him before we took him away. It's the thing is, it's making those handmade sheaths. I just don't have time.
Buddy from Prime Prepper.
Good morning. I bet you're busy.
Did you get the double Tonto dagger back from them folks, and was it a go? He's out of...
Oh, he's Oconus right now. So he's... I don't know when he's going to be back. I actually sent him an email, no, a text, and said, hey.
Prime Prepper, $1.99. Good morning, Kel.
Morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Yeah.
Grab some Javati. That was the first question I saw.
You know, no. I'm really loving my coffee right now. I feel like a whole different human. How about that train wreck of a hilarious freaking live we did yesterday where I'm tired. I had just been in an argument with
and we got off and I said, we should take that down.
And I did. I took it down and then I watched it back. I was like, I'm so moody that it wasn't even that bad. And actually Pete Sake helped me with that one because he's like, it was great. And then I watched it. I was like, I'm so moody. I thought I was, okay. Can you see it? Is that in the right position?
Yep.
Givati. Effing beautiful, right? In case you guys don't know, that's a IDF unit. More on the infantry side, but I love it.
Beautiful grips.
I love them. So what else? Anybody else? You guys just tell us what you want to see.
What knife is on your belt? From Joseph Vincent.
Nightstalker. In AEBL. People keep asking me all the time, like, what do you recommend? Hey, Jay, the grips are straight on this one. Are you jealous of that? Oops.
Those are Hades grips?
Yep, Hades. Which is kind of interesting with these because if you look at this one, I guess because the black is closer to the surface, it's burgundy, and then on this side, it's more of a cherry. But even the people in Connecticut at Current Manufacturing, they're hand doing this crap for us too, so they're Americans as well.
We don't have... Davey Z says, what about burgundy and black swirl?
Well, let me tell you a funny story, David. Have you been around long enough somewhere to know this? Check this out.
Kel, you military brother from Prime Prepper.
Yeah, Marine Corps. So look, you see this? Does that look burgundy on the camera?
Mm-hmm.
This was supposed to be our standard red and black. What is that? Red Dawn. And they sent it to us, and I was pissy about it. I was like, you screwed up my color. What is this plum garbage that you sent me? And then CW sees it. She's like, I love that color. And then everybody else on the planet was like, I love it. Well, I already had raised hell with them about it. And they were like, really apologetic.
Hey, Brandon Maples gave us $10. He says, you all have a blessed Easter. Thank you for all the best knives and the best customer service.
Thanks, Maples Mac. That sounds like so ever long ago. Yeah, Marine Corps, BT Dubs, Prepper.
Miss Told wants to know what's the point in the nitrogen.
So when you are heat treating anything, you get forged scale if it's exposed to oxygen. So what I used to do when running carbon steel is dip it in clay after I had the blades all ground down, and then I would dip them in clay to seal the oxygen out, because if you get forged scale on your steel and you don't take the oxygen away, it'll pull the low carbon steel out on the surface layer, and it gives that, I mean, I love that look. It's incredible. So instead of using something they use nitrogen to evacuate the oxygen from the furnace. That's it. So that you don't get forged scale. So when they sell the steel, it's clean and free of scale. But when you, I don't know. I used to run all my blades like this. Every once in a while, I do a small batch like that. And it's forged scaly. It looks awesome. Then you sandblast it and get all that basically carbonized or burnt away low carbon steel on the surface, and it looks freaking awesome. But that's what the nitrogen's for.
Can you show the new Fury grips?
Yeah. I got here, this one's got more black in it. So that's Fury. I'm gonna assume that I'm in the right spot.
You're in the right spot.
Unless C-Dub tells me otherwise. So that's Fury and a Piranha in 80 CRB. But what we have noticed on the working...
What attachment would you use to attach the Mercenary to your plate carrier?
Man, I'm really liking these new clips that we're doing for the TS-87. We're going to adopt those to that. So that's what I would do moving forward. For now, though...
And Winston Cabretti gave us $5. He says, can we see a color comparison of Battleship and Gray Man grips?
Yes, I will do that post haste. They're actually the same color, just different pattern. I don't know if you can see. Oh God, I'm gonna fall over and die. I'm using the DCC 2.1s to hold my Ops Hawk on, but on my battle belt, I'm running the FMF now, and I'm just using the DCC clips. They work really freaking well. The 1.5s, if you've got a taller...
and gunmetal, add that to the grays.
Okay, I'll grab all three. I have them in that stack there. The plastic, that long molly clip, that 5-inch one works really well because you can lace it through a lot more molly. So there's a bunch of different ways. Or you can just get really uncreative and do like we used to do and just zip tie the bitch to it.
Rocky Mountain Outdoorsman. I don't think Tim will ever do Magna Cut.
You're right. She is 100% right about that. So.
Yep, you're correct, Frena Cosmic.
What?
He just said why you don't use Magna Cut.
Yep. And
David Salceda said you're in a better mood today.
Yeah, man. Welcome to Caffeinated Tim. No, it's more than that, actually. It's caffeine, and then I really
and thank you, Ross, for saying that about the showcasing the knives.
What happened?
He just said the new setup looks good when you try to showcase it.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. We're also trying to get the backlighting better. I'm looking for Battleship now. Okay, so these are all on Raider grips, but
yeah, Gray Man is beautiful.
Yeah, but here's what's crazy about this. These are all three the same color. But rather than layer it, one, they swirl it. I'm trying to save these bags, but that's stupid. I got, okay.
So I titled the video 14 Knives You Need because we have 14 knives dropping for reservation Monday at noon Eastern time. I'll read off the list of the ones that are going to be available. Combatant, Raider, Striker, Warthog, Taylor's Ridge, V3, Guardian, FMF, Mercenary, Sapper, Accomplice, Nightstalker, Piranha, and Bushman. And it's all the Nightstalkers, right?
Right. All of them.
I didn't even realize that Bushman was on there until today. So.
All right, so here's the three. Did it focus properly?
It did. The Battleship is dark.
Is that better?
Let's go back to how you had it.
Oh, okay.
I think that the light is brighter on the stuff that you're showing this time.
It can't be.
Oh, okay.
You did say you accidentally screwed with that knob.
I did.
Though.
I screwed up this one back here.
I can fix it.
It's too bright.
Hold, please.
I think it's this one back here.
Yeah. I still have the thingy. Look.
Kingdom Knife said, I need more than 14. No, are the Nighthawks?
Is that better?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I think.
So those are the three.
Still hard to tell that take down the Gray Man and the Battleship and just hold the gunmetal up because it looked weird up against those.
Gunmetal?
Yeah, okay.
So what we do is when we cut it, we order the material over thick. So we do the plunge on the machine.
Gator Aaron, we have all kinds of lights. It's just so hard to get the lighting right. He said you need a ring light. We did have one.
Yeah, the ring light was a fail. Anyway, the light that is behind the camera now is this effing big, and it's a ring. So try again.
We just got to keep.
So gunmetal, That's it there.
Gunmetal is like a lighter gray.
Yeah, actually, I thought they were the same, but it is not. It is a lighter gray. No, these are the same colors. You just can't tell.
Oh, he was kidding, he said.
Oh, I was too, but whatever. Suck it up, Buttercup. So what we do is, when we get the material in, we'll plane it down on a surface planer to the correct thickness, and then we'll machine down to either the gray or the black. That's why, and that's how we get that consistent thickness. If we did not do that, the sheaths wouldn't fit right. Everything would be all jacked up. So these are the same color.
Hey, you can change it if you want to for a cosmic.
So same color.
And then hold each one up one at a time. It's easier to tell.
All right, Battleship, same color, just black on top.
Lower it just a little.
Black on top. And then the gray man is those colors swirly. Or burl, because swirl sounds way less manly than burl.
Trust Monkey, you're welcome to come do it. If you're being serious. I don't know if he's kidding or not.
What?
We had our photographer come. I mean, he was here for what, like 3 hours?
Twice
trying to get the lighting right. It's very
He's a videographer, and he's done some very, very high-end work, reputable stuff. I mean, he's good. It's just, I mean, I thought it looked pretty good. However,
yeah, but you made it brighter than what he did because we were getting people saying it was too dark on the wall. So this isn't actually how he set it up.
Yeah, I moved this. I can move that back. But that makes me brighter here.
Casey Shelton says he needs orange barrel grip. And do the DCC monoblock clips come in 1.75 from
No, and I've talked to DCC about that. But there's the way we use them, they'll still go over a 1.5. Just that little kick out part, or 1.75. That little kick out part doesn't nestle the belt, but because I use the spacers, it will work.
Can you show Hades again?
Nope. No.
Yeah, Roz said, unfortunately, even the awesome video setup doesn't do justice to Gray Man. That's what I was thinking. It just didn't look quite
That's
how
Hades.
it's supposed to look.
Hades. It's a red and black swirl, which I love. That's what was on my personal. But yeah, so I was a little pissy yesterday because I was talking to one of our machinists and
Marauder also?
No. Nope. That's Javati. I think I have it over here in this box. But
how are you liking your coffee?
I freaking love it. I'm about to have more. How are you liking your coffee? Did it make you alive?
I like it.
So Marauder and Nighthawk or Blackhawk are the same. Blackhawk is just the black on top with the purple secondary layer. How's the color look?
It looks good.
Good.
Good morning, T-Kell Peoples from Sean Harmon.
Morning. Good. Is it morning? Yeah, almost. It's 11:47. Probably early there.
Kel, if you get the chance, I replied saying the Marines disqualified me on my upper left arm tattoo of a cross. Sadly, the USMC was my heart goal, but the tattoo was the only thing that got me disqualified.
Yeah, so now I was talking to some active duty guys because we do a lot of communication with the current military services. Now, man, they can get tats everywhere. Like this would be out of reg. This one being below the folds on my, and this one's huge. This would be out of reg. So that's why you see a lot of those older school Marines, they have a tiny tattoo. My first Marine tattoo's up there. But they used to be anal about that. Nothing below your sleeves. Now, the recruiting is so freaking terrible that they will not allow. They don't care. They're like, sure.
People want to know if they can have the black screws on this latest.
Yeah, just put in your notes. You sure can. Sure can. I wanted to launch the new website before this, but
you wouldn't
fortunately,
happen to have a Nighthawk with multicam and black screws on you, would you?
No, I got a Nighthawk with BDU.
Fish wrench, $5 for C-Dub's folder. Oh. Folder.
Shh.
Are we not showing that?
We can show the folder, but
it's already the last.
It's already
picture.
It's already had changes. You know, I would never ever carry a folder. All right, you guys want to see it? So it's now the latest edition is black
But
all
not
black
that.
hardware, black. The button's going to be lower recessed. Was that a Frogman? Nope, it sure wasn't. That's not what that logo was. Wink, 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 wink. Anyway, so that's where we're
Can you
at.
show the picture of the all black? It just looks so good.
No,
Oh, we're just keeping
I'm
that a surprise.
gonna keep it a secret.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it a secret till I'm done with it.
Hunter, I need the folder in my life. LOL.
I mean, these freaking roller bearings, y'all don't even know. And you can tighten it up. Where's the last sample? I know I keep turning my back to the camera. I'm really not a good.
Wants one.
I think this is gonna be.
Yeah, I read somebody's comment on Discord that made me laugh. It said something like, "I love watching Tim's ADHD and camera wife giving away stuff she's not supposed to," or something like that.
That's a whole freaking show. It's like, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, did I have caffeine? It's really easy to tell if I'm a moody little shit. You know, I mean,
Michael, yes, that's the correct address.
Mm,
And
power.
Pop.
She started out the show saying it right this time, and now she's
He
just
needs one
butchered it.
for a torture tester. T-Kell Saturday, what a nice surprise from Robert S.
Should we switch it, you guys?
Will the folder have ambi pocket clip?
Yeah, it's ambidextrous now. Where did that go? I took the pocket clip off.
When are the combatants getting shipped?
We're heat treating them now, and then so the AEBL is going to be first in those. I'm not really sure why the machinists always do the AEBL first. I have no idea. Maybe it's harder on tools, so they want to get that crap over with. And then we're pushing towards Blade Show. Well, nobody else in the world does nickel boron, so that won't slow that down.
Are y'all are liking the T-Kell Saturday, or y'all like it better on Sunday?
How many people are on here now?
Less than usual.
So I think they're used to us doing it at the time we're doing. I don't know that we would reach as many people if we switched it, but I mean, typically Saturdays go like this. I'm emailing and communicating and Patreon and putting in orders and doing all this stuff and pissing off Jay. That's typically what happens on a Saturday. And then if we're shipping a bunch of orders, we'll all go to the shop, which is a few doors down, and ship stuff. And she'll drag me out in the office to make me do stuff.
Probably most people are like doing stuff on Saturdays, you know?
Yeah.
Like going off and doing
We
stuff.
accidentally got into the habit of doing them on Sundays. That was an accident. The first time was like, let's just do a 10-minute live. That lasted an hour. And then ever since then, it's been like 2 hours. And now you guys are trying to pull me into 5 hours. So I don't know. I mean,
I'm here instead of watching my Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I mean, I was in this half of the bunker is.
Hey, that's
computer.
what Tim says.
What?
6 in one, half dozen in the other.
6 in one, half dozen in the other. But that's not new.
Oh.
It's not exclusive
I've
to
only
me.
heard it from you.
It's because you don't listen to anybody but me, which is terribly bad for you. You should listen to smarter people. Yeah. Something. Oh, so heat treat is done with all the FLNs that are outstanding.
Combatant. And then
I don't know why I'm so hateful
do
today.
you have the new one?
Yeah, this is the new one.
Oh, we already showed it.
No, not today.
We showed something a minute ago that was.
We did it.
One. Yeah, we just showed that.
Not today.
Oh, yeah, we did.
That was yesterday.
Oh, I thought it was today.
All the days are running together.
Wait, didn't we show that today, y'all?
Negative.
Okay.
Did not.
CW, Huff Power. Okay, I can remember that.
Huff. She's not gonna remember that. Just so you know.
I can. I'll never forget it. I just
Tomorrow.
have to think of like a way to make me remember it.
Yep.
And I knew some people with the last name Huff, and I can remember Power. So there you go. That's how I memorized everything when I was in college. I would like attach little meanings to words. And you know, that's all college was. Memorizing stuff and writing papers.
It's like I say, college is memorize and regurgitate, and then you
And
lose
it's completely useless now.
it. Yeah, those of you that
My
are
mom
college.
said that you're cracking daddy up.
Why?
What?
Probably just being
being
my
funny?
normal stupid self.
Was that Battleship on that?
It was
Combatant?
Battleship.
Picked up a combatant yesterday and a striker. I can't wait to add both to my carry.
The
Thank you.
combatant will come to you first. Oh, that was the thing we were talking about.
Okay, you were right. Warncliffe was shown earlier. Brandon Maples, $10. Can you get your cans out of ATF gel? Crazy how fast they're moving on wait times.
Okay, so literally, I was talking to my buddy that works at Silencer Shop. I could give them a shameless plug. If you guys need things from Silencer Shop, call Reynaldo. I can't pronounce his last name very well.
His name was Raymundo.
It's Reynaldo.
Oh, okay.
I probably said Raymundo because I'm stupid. But anyway, it's true. But their shelves are like, boom, cleared out. So I got all my stuff under a trust last year because the wait time for a trust, which is supposed to make it easier to transfer to somebody else, which I guess it doesn't matter because if you die, do you really give a crap who they go to, which was stupid of me to think because you can just fill out a Form 5 and get it, but whatever. The wait time was like 30 days difference between a single individual or a trust. So I was like, screw it, I'll do a trust. Well, then now these freaking circus animals in Washington decide to get 1,700 more agents to process single because the SBR crap. And they're doing them like a week. And he's like, it's totally true, bro. So I literally...
Hey, Matthew, we'll get to it.
Begged to let me put in a back order with the super short wait times. So we'll see. I bet I get this new one before I get my other ones that have been in jail for 1,000,000 years. Or I got the Q Trash Panda, which was like my lower choice from what I had gotten before, and I've always wanted one of those, but it's back ordered because all these manufacturers can't keep up now.
Mo Molina says we should make a calendar with all the grips and knives. Yeah, and you can be the model.
Look at this side profile. We'd have to do it in widescreen. The calendar.
Let's get all the guys that work for us to be the models.
We would sell -4. People would. We'd have to pay motherfuckers to take them. Please take this.
Oh, that's not true.
We have boxes, whatever. Well, there's one dude that works for us.
Jesse is kind of like a rock star, so I don't know.
Yeah, Jesse looks like a rock star.
He would have to be like selling them like.
Seth looks like he needs a snack.
No.
I look like I stole all of Seth's
Seth does
snacks.
not look like he needs a snack.
And then Grant looks like a pretty boy. So maybe we'd sell him if we put Grant on the cover.
Yeah, Grant's our designated model.
Yeah.
I got the skulls engraved on my Nightstalker C Halloween episode. It came out sick AF.
Right. That skull engraving is freaking awesome. It's super cool. It took me a long time to get that thing right.
Show the knife that you're carrying again.
Again?
Yeah. Are you carrying more than one or just that one today?
I had
Tim, if you get a Hux Works,
yeah,
you have to do a review. I appreciate your opinions on things.
Yeah, I'll look. I mean, that was another choice. If this one comes through quick, I'll take donations. I mean, and then we'll review it. And then I guess if I did order in a trust, we could do a giveaway on that. We did give away a Liberty suppressors at CanCon.
How do I get camo on the blade? You just can email us if you add
just ask.
Nightstalker engraving.
Standard Nightstalker AEBL with Hades grips. I've been forgetting to talk about this. Let's talk about this. You see this? This is a leather sheath made by Delta Sheaths exclusively for T-Kell. What makes it different than the rest of Delta Sheath stuff? A DCC Mod 4 1.5. So this is a micro. They don't even carry this on their website. This will be exclusive to us. All of the Delta sheaths that they make with the Mod 4 clips will be exclusive to us. And he'll be done with the first batch of, we can say small, medium, large of these. So that's my Piranha that's in there. And I've been carrying this thing in my pocket. And this little secondary, I am not raising my shirt and getting us kicked off of here again, ever.
Don't do it.
Because there's stuff under there. But anyway, if I was carrying it in my back pocket where I could get to this ring, but where I think this is really going to shine is at IWB for a leather sheath. It's going to be very, very comfortable. These are a little spendy. They're handmade. The guy lives in Michigan, Luis Hernandez. He actually is a knife maker too, but I think he's become really popular for his sheaths. And he's offered to do exclusivity for us, and we can thank Umberto for that.
He's not. I didn't see Umberto on yet.
He set it up for us. But these are coming.
Will that fit the Combatant?
This one won't, but
one of them will, right?
Yeah, I had my Combatant, and maybe right out there. Let me see. Yeah, this is
Alex Goldie wanted to know if you had tips on making a DIY Kydex sheath. I wonder if he's asking because of the Defenders that he just bought.
All of my Kydex is DIY, so hold on, let me grab the Combatant size one.
Piranha with a ring, question mark. Yeah, that's the Sentry grip.
Are you new?
Casey Curtis.
Are you new here, Curtis? Yeah, the Piranha with a ring, it's the only way I carry it. And that's why I came up with a ring for it. So look at this. If you wanted to order your Delta sheaths with the red threads, you'll have to go through Delta Sheath. But this one fits the Combatant. But this has got an ulti clip on it. But ours will have the thing. And the reason we went with all black, and also this is, what's Sherman Oak, I think. So look at the finish. I like this one because it has the same print and finish as Kydex. So that's two, and then the third ones will have the prototypes for those. They'll fit more the bigger stuff. So
will he make leather sheaths to fit the FLN?
I would think that this little guy will fit the FLN. Let's try it. Think about the FLN IWB with this thing.
Any progress on including 3V into the mix of blade steels from Hunter? Caleb Hale, I was showing off my Nightstalker to one of my mom's ex-boyfriends and ended up showing him one of your videos. Now he's wanting to get him some of your knives now. Well,
I guess ex-boyfriend means he's still in good graces because you didn't stick him. I'll have to ask him because I just tried that. In the micro, this is the smallest sheath he's ever made, and that's only exclusively for us. But what happens is the same crap that we go through. Getting retention. Somebody asked me that on video. So when you, here's the, I don't have an effing sheath for this over there. Sorry, there's the, somebody said, how come this doesn't have the click that our normal ones do? Our other sheaths, they grab onto the grip. But because the blade is so far forward on the FLN, if we put it on the grip, that sheath would be out here and you wouldn't be able to draw it properly and you would lose your grip. So the retention points are here and here, which is really freaking difficult to get a decent click. So that's why. Somebody.
You have the Warthog sheath here to show the new sheath? Or it's going to have some changes, right?
Wait, it's upstairs, right?
Isn't it in that box of food?
Or do you stick it? It's in this box of food.
Are we showing that stuff today? Or we're going to show it next live since that's kind of our...
I mean, is Matsumoto on?
I haven't seen him.
What about Ray? Ray J?
I haven't seen Ray.
Ray J. All right. So you guys, so here's the Warthog sheath.
It's not been buffed, right?
I didn't narrow this down. This is just after mold and crimp, but it'll be a lot slimmer line. So finally the Warthog sheaths are done. And then I'm changing this. I thought I needed to make this higher up in there to get your finger in, but I'm going to try to make it more brand consistent with the rest of our stuff. Anyway, look at this Warthog. Is Henley on here?
No, but Hunter is. And he's getting one.
Look. That's why I asked. You know why I asked if Henley was
we're
on?
holding one for him.
Black.
Yep.
There it is. This is like
so that's the Warthog, y'all. It hadn't been offered for a long time.
A very long time. We just got the sheath done. But I think the Warthog
with the Sentry
with
grip.
the Sentry grip.
Hey, he's on here.
All blacked out.
Ryan's on.
There it is, Ryan. So look, I got that one. Let me grab this other one. And then I got this one in the old MMT. So this one is, I just cut myself. This one is the old powder coat we used to do, micro moly titanium.
Ferna Cosmic, I wonder if it'd be possible to leave a bit of a bump on the FLN knife to grab onto, give the sheath something to grab. Not having a problem with mine unless I do something stupid, though.
Here's what I'm going to do with that. Gen 2 FLN, if the demand continues to be there for that blade.
Now people want the blade in black.
Oh, I'm sure they do, but I mean, this is what used to be called nickel boron battle worn. If I scuff this, it's going to turn the normal nickel boron color. So it looks this awesome in black for about 4.5 seconds. That other black one was a powder coat called MMT, Micro Moly Titanium. The company that offered it got a conscience about one of the additives in that powder coat, and they took it out because, you know, forever chemicals, it was killing a bunch of babies, some kind of stuff like that. We don't really care about babies anyway, so I said, screw them, let them die. And then they said, we don't want to make your stuff. You guys can decide how much of that is true and how much of it's not. Most of it's not. Anyway.
Honey, you don't do kumai, do you?
No.
Somebody, I think you might be confused. He doesn't do that.
So, MMT, Micro Moly Titanium. There's molybdenum and titanium in the powder coat, incredibly durable, but whatever the additive that was in it, is part of what bonded it together, and what they replaced it with that did not kill the environment and babies had to cure 100 degrees above our temper. So we went back and forth with them and tried to get this shit to cure below tempering temperature for 80 CRV2, which is around 425 degrees, and we couldn't get it. So it's soft, and I hated it. I was super upset because this is what we used to do as a finish. As a powder coat, this stuff is stupid durable, but now you can't use it on knives that temper at a low temperature, which all do. So,
do we have the new Taylor's Ridge sheaths to show?
Oh yeah, I got some that are super cool too. Super cool.
Dr. Lindo 83 received my T-Kell shirt and coin yesterday. Thank you. You're welcome. All
right, guys. So check this out, yo. This is a little bit of for you Florida Gators fans. We're just experimenting around with the retention points on it. So we'll use some.
What black does Sig use? That's the blonde deadline, right? The Cerakote?
If you're talking about like on the upper receivers, they can use nitron, which is a nitride style finishing, which is what we use on the black screws. But that again is a very high temperature, and they can afford to do that because a slide is tempered much higher. So look at that. That's the Taylor's Ridge sheath made in fanciness.
Hey, there's no knife in there.
I know. Looked like there was. I don't have the new ones done because I gave all of mine away. You're welcome, Isidro.
Hey, Gator Aaron is a Gator fan.
If you have an EDC grip, these would really match your stuff. So that fits the Striker, Raider, Warthog, Taylor's Ridge. I think that's it. Yeah.
New kitchen knife timeline.
Oh, I have the final, I think the finals on those.
What grip is that? Casey Shelton said.
Oh, this doesn't exist. It's just one that the guys at the G10 shop were playing around with. It just doesn't exist. He called this
do Coyote Tanner multicam.
He called it the Tebow combo.
Sheets.
Here's the problem. Yeah, the material's easy enough to get, and our process, we're just vacuum and then CNC shaping them out, and then we're riveting them together. So doing colors obviously is not a problem. The problem is we make so many knives, and we're so slammed as a small company that how many of these do I order? You know what I mean? Like, do I make 500 of them and detract from the solid black stuff? And then if we were to do it super boutique, like as you order the knife, you can order your custom Kydex at the same time, the lead times would be stupid because breaking down, making sheets and sheets and sheets of black ones for the drop to do like 1 or 2 blue or multicam or OD green, we just don't have the bandwidth to use it.
Roberto Santini, we are still live.
Yeah, man. For real. You caught us because it's Saturday.
Multicam grips.
Yeah. So
Ron Meeg, we don't have any vendor. We don't have a vendor in Canada. We do ship to Canada all the time though.
Oh, here's the bigger sheath.
No problem, 3 a.m. Forge.
Look. So that's the bigger sheath and a multicam grip. This is the newer style of the Bushman with the swedge too. So this was the hand grind one that the new Bushman was modeled after, but the pictures on the website don't show this swedge. Sorry. So this, and I did the camel print on this one because I really liked it. So that's the bigger sheath too, in leather. If you guys are going to want to order those later, they're going to be 40 to 60 bucks cost on those sheaths. So if you really want a leather sheath, we're going to have them, but you're going to have to pay for them.
Hunter wants the multi-cam or coyote tan sheath. Mr. Ed wants to know the timeline on the kitchen knives.
I don't know. And all of that is dependent upon some conversations we're having in the background about...
Anybody want to see any other grip colors or any of the knives that are going on sale on Monday?
Here's the finals. Look at this crap.
They look crazy.
Don't they look crazy?
You look like Edward Scissorhands.
Edward Slicey Fingers. All right. So this is a 6-inch, and we got it to where it fits the Nightstalker grips now. And then we move the holes forward. So look at the difference. So this is the 8. So that's the profile on it before, but this was all jacked up. So now it'll fit the Nightstalker grip, and then we moved this point forward so that when you go to do dicey chops, you can, the balance point's going to be right. And then I love this if you're doing a rock chop. But look at this, in a 6-inch, I would almost EDC this nasty looking thing because it's a Nightstalker grip, so you'll be able to choose all the different colors in it. So that's the 6-inch, like a utility pairing they call it. That's the 8-inch.
Hey Sean, I could give one away today. I have a ringless nickel boron double-edged blim. No, it's not a blim. It's not a blim.
See this? So that's the 8. And then I really like...
This is the coolest looking chef's knife I've ever seen in my life.
And she loves them, then I love them. But, you know, look. And then there's a... Woo! That's a 10. That's a big boy. But, so they're going to be super thin.
I mean, that 10-inch one, man, it looks like you could just slice somebody's neck off.
You probably could. Can you imagine that in a reverse grip? I mean, oh, let's go do some kitchen work. Dang! But I think they're cool because we put a lot of thought into this being the chop point, and then when you choke up on this to do your push chop, and then this little thin part where you can really get in and mince like your cilantro and small stuff there, and then the flat part of blade being up here to do like onions and big stuff. It's just a smart design. And then you get full grip without using the ring like a standard chef's knife.
It some, honey.
And then
you fit the whole thing.
Your knuckles will still clear here. But on this, if you're working off the side of the cutting board, man, I just
said stop. His credit card is crying. Everybody wants them.
Yeah, I mean, John, my friend, and our engineer. I mean, just look. Incredible. So, price point on these is a hotly debated topic because...
Can you show Woodland? Somebody asked earlier.
Yeah. Where did freaking Jay... Where did his thing go?
It didn't have Woodland on it. It had multicam.
Oh, it did?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Did you forget Woodland?
No. I just have to dig through all this crap. Oh, Woodland!
Hunter says he likes it, but he's not a huge fan of the ring on the end. I did say, why would we have the ring on the end?
Don't use the ring, you freaking goon.
BDU, Battleship, and Blackhawk.
All right, first we'll do Woodland. Here's Woodland.
Topo would look good on those.
Yeah, they would.
Hey, John, how you doing?
BDU.
Hope you're recovering well.
Huh?
John White.
Oh. Thought you were talking about John the engineer. I'm like, what happened to John?
Cutting sausage for the first boil of the day. I could sure use that right now.
What was I?
From
what else?
Puff Power.
What up?
See, I remembered.
What was I doing? All right, so here's BDU and Woodland. Those are the opposites.
Woodland is on the left and BDU is.
Woodland, can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Like this? I like doing stupid shit. And then that's BDU. Same colors, just swapped. And then warrior would be these two swirled together. What was the
So
other
that
one?
was the conversation in the shop, Ryan and Hunter. A couple of the guys were like, could we just put the EDC grip on there?
Yeah.
Tim did that and then put the Century grip on there, but it just wasn't as.
All right.
good,
So
right?
here's the thing, Hunter. If
Good
you don't
morning,
like the
Delaney.
ring, you still have plenty of grip. See what I'm saying? You got plenty of grip, but you need this angle enough and that much handle with that drop away for it to be comfortable in the palm of your hand if you're going to be doing a lot of work. So you don't have to put your finger in the ring and be a diva and cry about stuff.
I was also like, why do we need the ring? So
The ring is for
give Hunter a
brand
hard
consistency. I give everybody a hard time. That's just how we do it here. I'm the mean older brother.
Hey, Adam, did you get your blades yet?
So the ring is, you have to have that full length grip, and I want it to look like a T-Kell knife still.
Hunter says he has big hands, so he's worried that it'll fit.
Whatever, Hunter. Do you hate the ring on your other stuff?
If your name is Hunter.
Do you have other ring stuff? Because it's the Nightstalker grip. Riddle me this. But yeah, because
Paul Morogi, I need these kitchen knives for my restaurant. It'll bring in the right type of customers.
yeah, and then if it's the wrong type of customers, check that out.
Yeah, he said the other day, he's like, I need to get these into the hands of Bobby Flay. And then what'd you call the knife?
No, I said Bobby Slay.
Bobby Flay.
What was the other one I said? I can't remember.
It was funny.
Oh,
It was
man.
funnier when you did it in the moment. I can't retell it.
Anyway, I'm just foolish.
The ring is so you can spin the knife and chop shit midair, from Casey Shelton.
Yeah, I mean, practically in the kitchen, it's absolutely useless. However, it makes it look like a T-Kell
Brenda
knife.
Cosmic, a good pinch grip will bring your hand forward anyway.
Yeah, that's why I have this here.
Hey, Ray Johnson
look.
is on.
Hey, Ray,
He-
I got to show you what's left of that bag of pretzels. So I like the pinch grip circle here, and one you can choke back if you want to use this part of the blade to do really fine detailed stuff, and then you can choke up on it and get to this flat spot because your fingers tuck in there.
Hunter
super
says,
nice.
I do like the ring on the other stuff, but I'm not a fan of holding it without my finger on the ring.
Why are you such a problem child, Hunter? Goodness gracious. And you can peel avocados.
The ring helps separate it from every other kitchen knife. I know.
Yeah, that's
I
the
don't
thing.
know
It's
that
got to
there's
look like a
anything-
T-Kell thing. So I don't know, Brohan.
What's the most affordable knife we have? The Piranha.
The Piranha is
Wanna
the most
show-
affordable knife
Show
that
the
we have.
Piranha, just
And
in
let's
case.
show you him a baby.
I can give a Blim 80 CRV2 Piranha away
Look
if anybody's
how little he
interested.
is. Let's show him in comparison to my EDC that I carry.
Do you have any other grips over there that people haven't seen yet?
I don't know. Ask those people.
Hunter said because he's a 7-year-old living in the attic, he has to be difficult.
You left out part of that. You didn't say girl.
Hunter milks the neighborhood foxes, start the rumors. Didn't you say that one day?
Me?
You said something about milking foxes or something.
Somebody else had to because I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. So look, here's the Piranha next to the V3. So it almost fits inside the handle. So it was designed to be a little pocket knife. So it fits in the whole palm of your hand. But it's an incredibly popular knife. And what you people don't know is that to buy the steel for this
We don't make any money off
is
of that.
$1
really.
different than the steel for this. And the amount of time that it takes to make this is almost identical to the amount of time it takes to make this. So we really break even at these. And then when people use a 10% code, we are not making any money at all on the Piranha, which sucks because it's one of our best sellers.
We're just giving them away.
Pretty much. I mean, we are. And when we sell these,
Can you show the Apache? Caleb, it's called Apache.
a 10, like the Indians.
Let's see. Jack Hasty. Hello, Tim and camera wife. I got my combat grade Nightstalker yesterday with the Apache handles. Best knife ever.
Freaking
Love
sweet,
it.
right? I'm
Having a
telling you.
little issue with the sheath, but
Look.
other than that, best knife. Oh, reach out. What's going on with your sheath?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Should fit perfectly.
Yeah, that's the new sheath too. So that's actually what he's talking about. That's a CG with the Apache grips and black screws. I was EDCing this up until like the other day. So man, Apache looks good. It's freaking rad too. Any other options?
Yeah, I want to see any of the other knives or handles.
Guardian. Nobody's asked about that. Here's a Guardian with Airman. I do think that the new Night Guardian, that we're going to put that same grind on some of these and see how it goes. That's the Guardian. A lot of people don't realize how short that grind is and how that makes a really wide cut. But
send us a message. We can get you some King of Knives.
what did
We only have them for the night series grips right now.
yeah, for now.
We'll get some more later.
I have the material for all of it.
So the Night Guardian,
The new one?
yeah, when's that going to be available?
Here's what I think is going to end up happening. I think the Agent, the new Night Guardian, and the Adversary, which is the Warncliffe Combatant, may be close enough to have an actual drop date within a couple weeks. So that's the Agent 01, which I was playing with this plastic version of it. I need a finished one in steel before I feel comfortable, because a lot can go wrong. Man, this is going to be super freaking comfortable. I'm excited as hell.
Did you order some mesh hats?
No, I forgot. Make me do it today.
The Guardian double-edged?
Triple, technically.
Do you have an idea of when the kitchen knives are going to be available?
We're going to be talking about that once we get past the drop next week on Patreon. That's a discussion we're going to open up. It's a lot of interesting developments in that. So we'll talk about that. And the
Can
folder.
you show Warrior?
This is sharp.
To see Warrior.
This is sharp. And this is sharp. So it's technically triple-edged, which makes it wicked as H. And if you're in a non-compliant or communist state, you'll have to tell us when you order, don't sharpen these two. Just so you know.
Or you can just dirty carry, as a customer said the other day. Nope, I'm not encouraging that. Just
I would
kidding.
never, never advocate such.
Totally kidding.
Totally wink, wink, wink.
I just thought it was neat how he said that.
Warrior?
Yes.
Warrior. That is my most carried color, I would say.
That is Tim's probably favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the Warrior. I don't know why.
Because it looks good.
I like it. This was the first one that we did in the swirly stuff. Are you good on coffee? There's a little bit over here. Unless,
yeah, I'm good.
Unless you want me to give it to our daughter.
No stinky stripe carry. No. Any thoughts of a CG 001?
Oh, it is in the CG thickness. That steel is 165 thick.
No, we don't, Hunter.
What?
So we need a stinky stripe grip, brown and white.
I know. No. We just need a white.
I feel like y'all are being extremely polite today. Nobody has asked for me to give away anything.
We need just a white grip, and you can wipe your own ass with it. Make it your own stinky stripe. That's what we'll do. You can build your own. BYOS. Build your own stinky. What else? What else?
Do y'all want to see anything else? Any other blades or?
Do we have less people on? Is that why?
The people that are on are just extra polite today.
They got to thinking I was hating Discord, and that wasn't.
Do you have any of the EDC pouches around? You mean Sean Harmon? You mean the giveaway of the FLN? Brown, white with a streak of red. Gross.
Ooh, man, I don't even want to know what you're doing.
Adam, most of them are in stock. Most hats are in stock other than black. We just
man, the black
adding stuff to inventory.
Yes, just let us know. We can add them. Raymond,
can you show the size difference?
Send me these.
Okay. And now my mom said, "Can you give away?" LOL.
Look,
and Crewman 78. I'm gonna fix the polite. Give something away.
Listen to this.
Reverse Tonto.
Ray J sent me this.
We don't have a Raider that we can give away, but we could do a.
People quit talking about free sales. I'm not being a fat ass over here. Anyway, man, look, Raymond, see this? See these circus animals I live with? I've had 2 of these. That is such a lie. I've had like 86. Yeah.
L, it's on Google listing.
Really good.
If you
I don't know if
T-Kell knives, that's our address.
Matsumoto is here or not. So I'm going to tell you about this. I'm sure he'll watch this in replay. So he reached out and said he was going to send me some ahi jerky. And I was
They're
like,
chocolate-covered pretzels.
chocolate covered pretzels, right? Just don't even mess around. Salt and chocolate is, yeah. So Rick sent me this because he's in Hawaii and I had a friend I was active duty with, and he let me have some of this same exact brand. And when I opened the box, I literally was like, holy crap. Funnier story that came from that. I opened the box and I was telling camera wife and our youngest daughter, whose birthday is tomorrow, I said, this will change your life. And then she ate some, and the cutest thing ever, she came to me later and she goes, Daddy, I think it changed my life. So, it cracked me up. I loved it. And she, with all the seriousness in the world, like she'll be 9 tomorrow, and like now she knows how life-changing ahi jerky
It
is.
is delicious.
It's stupid good. And then our oldest daughter, she's like, she goes and finds it and is like, okay, here's 2 of them, order it.
Oh, Jack, maybe if you just got a DCC clip, that would fix that problem.
What's the prob?
He said the core belt, it doesn't sit flush, that there wasn't an issue with the sheath. It just doesn't sit flush on his belt. Don't you think if he got the monoblock, it would sit more tight?
Yeah, I mean, that monoblock's like, nothing grabs on. And then
Or would it fit
our older daughter loves these coffee covered macadamia nuts. Holy shizer, Kona coffee. I mean, Rick, he did it, man. He put a whole box of stuff. Lychees.
Tejada, I do carry a knife. I carry the Nightstalker CQC.
Yep. Yeah, she carries a CQC.
I have carried the Nightshades before, but I go back to the Nightstalker.
Yeah, she always goes back to Nightstalker. And it was Nightstalker before we did CQC, and then she's a CQC girl. And that's because, and not that she's taken any NBC, but when you're forward or reverse, it's really difficult to take that because, well, your finger's in it. So, and it's all business. It's business on this end and business on this end. And that, you know, if you're doing some inside work, cleaning game, wink, 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 that back edge is wicked. And then can you imagine if you're like cleaning a pig and then that pig and you
also it's Ryan Henley's birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize
Ryan,
when you said it was your birthday that our daughter's birthday. It's never been on Easter before. So
yeah, it's crazy.
hers is tomorrow too.
What else?
What's your best neck knife?
I think I would go reverse Tonto. Nightshade reverse Tonto on that. Just because when you hang that sheath, it'll put that blade at that angle and it's easy to get. But if you're having to grab it with your offhand.
Can we give away a Nightshade reverse Tonto?
I mean, only thing I have is this one that's not sharpened and some blems.
Okay.
I mean, this is my personal.
We have sheaths.
Yeah, lots, as a matter of fact.
Who wants a Nightshade reverse Tonto? Raise your hand.
It'd be easier to ask who doesn't. It'd be less humans. Now I'm looking at all this stuff that Rick sent, and I'm gonna eat it.
There's your hashtag FLN for the ringless nickel boron double-edged. Don't enter unless you want a double-edged knife.
Right.
And it's gonna be the one without the ring.
Let's eat this. No.
Blocking you. You're showing people. If you're showing people that you're eating.
Holy crap.
What was that?
This lychee.
Maybe we'll show those again on the next live because we don't have as many people on today.
So they're called noms?
So a couple people had asked too
Lemon
when their
peel.
night guard
I'm having a moment.
and Combatant.
I can't talk to you guys right now. Wow. That shit was good.
Tim, I have on my list here of funny stories for you to talk about. Cocaine guy.
What are we talking about?
Cocaine guy.
You got to remind me of this.
The guy that scared you half to death driving down the highway. You don't remember? You just told me this story the other day.
You got to remind me.
The crazy guy that you were like, get me out of the effing car.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to say his name. I can't tell too many details about him. But this mother effort was insane. So I used to live in downtown Atlanta. I had lost my mind and I just thought that's where I needed to live. So this dude was more of a friend of a friend. And he's like, hey, I'm bored. I'm going to come pick you up. This dude who picks me up and all of a sudden he's in his truck and it's a big ass F-250. And all of a sudden he's like doing these of cocaine, and I'm like, oh my God, let me out of this truck, because this is not my scene, people, right? I didn't know this dude that well. Next thing I know, we're driving through downtown Atlanta. I shit you not. He pegs the freaking thing, that model of
Pegs the
F-250 would reset, and then like surface streets, like we're driving through the hood, and then he reaches under the seat, pulls out a Glock, and he's just fucking firing into stuff like pow, pow, pow. And I'm like, let me the F out of this truck. But he's literally going 100 miles an hour on surface streets in Atlanta. I cannot get out of this dude's truck. And I'm like, holy shit. He takes another gun out and puts it on my lap. He's like, you start shooting because I know you're going to rat me out. And I'm like, I'm wanting to text my other buddy. Well, actually, this would have been like click, 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 click. Not like fast text message days, like Nextel times. I got back to my apartment and I called him. I'm like, you son of a bitch. You did not tell me this dude was off his effing rocker. And he is howling with laughter. I thought, I'm telling you, man. And he's just like this. Like, this is normal business for this guy. He's like, it's just okay, we're in the hood. Pow, 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 pow. And I'm like, this is insanity. Insanity. I mean, I was like,
killed you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he really cared. And I'm telling you, those lines that he was cutting out on coke would choke a effing elephant. I mean, I'm like, we're going to die. I've never seen behavior like this.
He did that on purpose.
Oh, I know he did. I know he did. I know he did. Man, that was freaking wild.
Oh, tell your granddaughter that we said happy birthday.
Happy birthday as we talk about giant craziness. For the record, no, I did not partake. Whew, man. And look, years later.
You had me cracking up telling me that story, though.
Years later, this dude ends up going to prison.
Jeremy R says, for you, that's a crazy story, but for me, that's a crazy day, but for me, that sounds like a normal Tuesday.
Yeah. Man, this dude, he was well off too, right? And his family was, and he just was nuts. Like, he was way too young to have this nice of stuff anyway. Oh.
Is he in prison now?
No, he got out.
But he did go?
Oh, yeah. He'll probably come kill me now. Because, I mean, anybody that knows that
Jack
time.
Hasty gave us the hashtag drive-by Tim with Coke.
Oh, man, insane. But years later, actually not
Welcome
that many
to
years
Hollywood
later.
From Trust Monkey.
That's how I felt, man. I thought this was, I'm like, what? Hey, Candy Camera, just kidding. These are blanks. You win. I've been punked. I'm not even famous, but whatever. I was looking for Ashton in the hood of Atlanta. But he ends up robbing a dude in the parking lot of Lennox, which is a super, super exclusive, like they have valet parking and people go to this mall, well, like Lamborghinis and Bentleys and stuff. No shit. For real. He's in the parking lot. Dude's, he's loaded, like got tons of money.
That was Phipps. Isn't Lennox?
Phipps, sorry, Phipps. They're close to each other. So he's in the parking lot of this place and decides to just rob a dude at gunpoint. Pistol whips him, steals $1,500 from this cat when he had 22 grand in his truck. Went to prison.
Crazy. Okay, y'all don't.
Just because it was fun. Just, I'm like, why in the world did he do that? He goes, you know how he is, man. That dude's just off his nut.
Hey, y'all, a few more minutes.
He's going to come kill me now.
Enter this giveaway, the hashtag FLN. What is your most profitable knife from Alec Goldie?
Really the only one that we break even on is well, we don't make anything on the nightshades.
Do you mean the
or
best
the Piranha.
seller or what we make the most money off of?
Everything else is pretty even except for those two. I mean, we have low margins because if you guys don't know how difficult it is to buy American-made material and then pay Americans to do everything with it, it's expensive. It's spendy.
Our margins are really low. I mean,
they're
I've
low.
seen him. He's shown me the stuff. Like some of the knives, the cost versus what we make is not very much.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to keep our prices low for y'all. I mean,
yeah. So we're just trying to.
If it gets to the point where we can't keep up with customer service, I don't know. We may have to revisit.
I mean,
prices.
honestly, though, we need to do a cost of living increase because material has gone up in the last few years.
Most of that stuff was either traded. He said, look at your firearm collection.
Oh, yeah. Look, if you guys had any clue how little money is in this, you would be so pissed. Like all my friends are like, why do they keep giving you stuff?
A couple of those have literally been like, what are they, like $8,000 rifles?
Oh, yeah. Like some of the Seeking stuff and the optics that are on those things.
Said. Yeah, I know. It does look like we're like loaded.
I know. We're loaded in a different kind, like with ammo. But it's what I tell C-Dub all the time. Like, this is insane. You guys that have been following us for a while, like stuff just appears. But what it is in the industry that we have fallen into, firearms and CCW.
All right, I'm going to do the drawing, y'all.
These people love our stuff, and they're like, so they'll have their salespeople reach out and like, hey, you ever heard of wholesale for wholesale trades or retail for retail trades? And I'm like, look, man, all I got is blends. And they go, that's cool. I'll send you a model that we took out for testing.
Ron Izzy won. He's a patron.
Hey, you did. You won.
Congratulations. Did you want one of those blades, sir? All right, do you live in a state or a place where you can have a double-edged blade?
I'm pretty sure he lives like pretty close to DC, but I'm not sure about that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, just do whatever you want. I'm not telling you anything at all. I almost messed up one of our patrons the other day. It's like, I was going to do this, and then everybody else was in. It may have been you. Was it you, Ron? I think it was. Asked me about a double-edged blade, and I'm like, I would never encourage such behavior, but I do what the hell I want. Says the guy who is on every list for having all of my stuff registered with the ATF. And I do, because I'm on camera, and I can't afford to have them come take my stuff.
Alec Goldie, I work for an American manufacturer, so I try my best to support businesses that are big on American made. Yeah, you were just talking to somebody today. He said I could get this Amazon knife that's
straight up. And I told him straight up, I was like, you're right, man. Some of these Chinese companies are making super high quality stuff. And basically what we're doing is asking you guys to choose to buy our stuff, because if you knew the actual cost of our stuff, our margins, that's why we're not in retail too, in case you guys are wondering. For us to, retail wants to take a 30% cut on average. That's on the low end. We literally would be losing a shitload of money if we discounted our knives 30% to send them to retail. I do not have that much margin in my stuff. So we would rather make more knives for more people at a thinner margin than worry about retail. So I don't know how these bigger knife manufacturers they're either claiming they're doing it all in the States, or they're moving so much volume that they're making nothing on percentage. Literally, if I did 30% off my blades, I'm losing money. I would be losing money, which is crazy.
Well, we do that with some of them because we give the discount, plus sometimes people will get other discounts.
Yeah, so some of those discounts will stack. Like
then if there's like an affiliate link with it, then we really don't make.
Especially like these collab blades where we pay these guys, and if you're a patron or you're using like the first time purchase code, and then we're paying like. Look,
it may sound crazy, and maybe you don't believe us, but we want to make money just like anybody else. We want to be able to support ourselves, but we see this as an opportunity to serve y'all. We like being able to give y'all good deals.
Yeah, I think we like the community better than we would like a mansion. Because we have house payments. Our stuff is not paid off. Yeah, I got a truck payment. C-Dub does not drive a very nice car. It's paid off. An old Ford Focus. Like, was it 2011?
I mean, there's people that tell us, well, if you just did this, y'all would be millionaires. And
that's true. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we could target and change the structure of our business and be hands off and not give a shizer about where we source our stuff, or we could really blow the thing up. But we want to be able to still be in contact with you guys, because
I can't imagine
we fell into business, right?
I can't imagine not having that connect.
Right.
That's what I don't understand, how these companies outsource their customer service because I'm like,
Look at this cat.
how do you do that? They don't know your product at all. Like,
that's the thing. Like, if we were to grow much more, we wouldn't, there's no way in hell we could keep up with the communication. Patreon is growing fast.
$2, please go up on your prices.
We're going to have to, though, a little, because cost of material with all this crap that's going on. Like, so we use American products, right? But some of the mineral that goes into making steel, like nickel, most of the world's nickel comes from Ukraine. I don't know if you guys know that. And if you also don't know, Ukraine has been a shit show for about 3 years. So nickel boron, that stuff went up. Nickel is a component in some stainless steel. This is stupid. That's just one example. But when you're talking minerals that go just to make steel, even in an American steel mill, that shit got more expensive this year. So
this was a hobby you turned into a business due to COVID? Question mark from Trust Monkey. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. So here's the, if you guys haven't watched our behind the blade video, I was working for CSX Railroad, very happily, might I add, across the street from mom and dad, which was great. We loved having that. And this guy called Hunter Harrison basically came to work at CSX, and he was with another CN and CP railroads, but he did this stuff called precision railroading, and all that is cutting a shitload of jobs and making the people that stay work really, really, really hard to do 3 times the work.
Mr. Ed wanted to know if we were going to have any blimps for Patreon.
Yeah, I think we need to restructure that too, but as we work through the batches, yeah, but let me get to that in a minute. So, long story short, CSX hires this guy as a CEO to lean their operations. And first, he cuts away hump yards, which is where I used to work as a signal maintainer in Atlanta. They shut it down. So then I had to go to a mainline maintainer's job, which is basically electrician, electronics technician, crossing maintenance, switches, all the stuff that keeps the trains from crashing into you guys, the public, talks to satellites, all that crap. That's what I used to do. Yeah, you trusted me to make sure that the trains didn't crash and the arms came down and kept you from driving in front of them. Scary thought. So I had, how many years? 8 years in? Something like that. 8 years in.
Do y'all care about this story?
Probably not. When I got furloughed and I thought I was going to be able to hold my job, because that's how seniority works. It's how long you've been in, not merit-based, because there are some pieces of shit that kept their job that I used to work circles around, but they were there longer. Yay, unions. So I was getting paid furlough pay, which is good money, and I was bored as H, and C-Dub says, I saw this show. You could do this. Check this out. It was Iron and Fire. I made her a chef's knife. She loved it. I was still bored. Kept making some.
Well, if y'all don't know the story, he found one that his dad started and literally was in tears in the yard because he was like, you know, his dad had an accident. He's essentially like a vegetable. Right. Well, he's not a vegetable, but he's
like a 5th grader. He's on the level of a 5th grader, and he was my bestest friend in the whole wide world.
It was just like a confirmation that you needed to be doing what you were doing, because it happened at the same time that you started doing
that. Happened here. That whole finding that box.
You have that knife that he started?
Oh, I have the blank.
Yeah, have we showed it before?
Probably not.
Your work is way better than his.
This was an interesting story. When I was active duty, I came home on leave, and he had cut this out. A friend of his at Delta, where he worked, was Ed Halligan. So if you guys have heard of that, the Kiss knife that was made for Columbia River Knife and Tool, the Keep It Simple shithead, but they renamed it Keep It Super Simple, kind of inspired him to make a knife, and he made me a knife like this, and he hand molded it to my hand when I was home on leave, and he was going to finish the knife, and that's when that wonderful person ran a red light and gave him brain injuries. So he never finished it. It got to this point, and I'm not going to cry on camera.
Shape.
What?
He said stalker shape, Mr. Ed.
Well, yeah.
And Carl says almost looks like the striker.
Okay, so if you look at this rear, that's the inspiration behind that. And then there's this little bump here. Anyway, this was my version of it. So I made this first. Like, this is one of the first knives I ever made. And I was in the middle of, you know, trying to recreate it, and all this stuff happened. So this is pretty damn close to what he had done, honestly. See, I mean, it's really close. This is one of the first blades I ever made, and then I Cerakoted it later on. And the chicken stamp is when I was testing out heat drying ink to put our logo on. So Ryan Henley's blade is going to have that heat dry. Anyway, so that all happened. I felt like, wow, this is kind of crazy. He was making knives, and I had kind of blocked that out because it was really painful to think about all that shit because it was happened overnight. So it's a funny story. We were selling a few at the Chattanooga market basically because the furlough lasted longer, and we were starting to realize they're not going to call me back. And I'm like, let's see if we can sell a few of these to make ends meet because COVID was coming. And then we were selling a few, and then we were thinking about doing some shows, and C-Dub's like, why don't you try selling them at Chattanooga market? And we started selling at Chattanooga market, and the first time I ever sold a knife, I had 12 for sale. They sold out in like a couple hours. So we dropped the tent, went home. I stayed up all night, made more for the next day.
No, we did that like weekends in a row.
And then it's been...
He worked his ass off, y'all.
Y'all understand. You do not understand. It was all I could do to make 12 knives. And you're talking heat them, beat them.
Knife of Father's Line from Stephen Clayton. Yeah,
I want to make like a PK1. Pat Kell, that was his name. Pat Kell 1 would be the first one. I'd love to go back and do that. I'm also doing the DP one, which is a Donnie Pace one, which is, he's watching now. That's mom and dad down there where we used to live. Those are two knives that...
A lot of people are saying that you could raise your prices and people would be okay with it.
Well,
I think that if we ever...
We've got to.
My thought is if we can't keep up with customer service, we got to slow the sales down. And that would be the only way to do that, I would think. But what if it doesn't even slow the sales down? Well,
it didn't last time we raised prices when material was eating us up. When we had to launch the website and do all that stuff, that crap's expensive. Anyway, I guess my story's boring.
Half the reason, no, they loved your story.
But that's kind of how it happened, right? It took off at the Chattanooga market, and then that was 2019. And we were gearing up to do the 2020 stuff. They shut Earth down. You guys remember that. And then they called and said, hey, you guys are an essential, because I was making kitchen knives, paring knives, hunting knives.
Yeah, but we had
all
to
that
wear
stuff.
a mask and like do the whole.
Right.
Yeah.
So they said, you guys are essential. And we were one of their top sellers. So it was such a weird thing. Like, we were super fortunate to be chosen out of hundreds and hundreds of vendors to be able to continue selling. Everybody else was not. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it was, I mean, it was God, but
awesome story, Tim.
Since then, it's been like this. Boom! It just took off. So it was an accident. It was something that I was just doing, playing around.
That's God.
You know what I mean?
God's like, here, you're going to do this.
I had no idea. And I told C-Dub forever. My dad was in business for himself as an electrician, which is why I used to have my electrical licenses. And I used to tell her all the time, I know I'm going to be in business for myself, but I have no clue what it's going to be.
Looking at him like,
She like roll her eyes like,
look, the railroad is secure.
Yeah. Look, my base salary at the railroad.
Why are you over here dreaming?
Base salary at the railroad, y'all understand, is $93K. And in the South, that's good money. That's not overtime. Plus the retirement is insane. I worked my ass off for years to get on with the railroad. And I was like, that's it. She would get 50% of my retirement. So I get my retirement check and she gets 50% in her name, because I used to get called out in the middle of the freaking night, getting run all ass around on the railroad, getting chased by coyotes and shit in the middle of nowhere.
Seeing dead bodies.
Seeing dead bodies. Oh man, that was kind of cool. I shouldn't say that. Murfreesboro.
I would hate when you would get a call and somebody had died on the railroad tracks.
And here's the thing, because I've been through so much in my life, I guess they just assume Kell's cool. He can see this all mangled up shit. Call him. So They'd all deny. They called my boss, like, hey, man. Well, that's not why they called. They call the list in order, but.
How did everyone find out about T-Kell?
Word of mouth.
That's just it kind of spread from
Word of
doing
mouth.
all those markets because we were getting people from all over.
We didn't have a
country, 'cause
website.
a lot of people visit Chattanooga.
Yep. I think
So they were coming and then going back to all different states and telling their friends, and then we jumped on YouTube. And
it's nuts.
It's kind of all like organic.
Isn't that crazy? That's what she described it perfectly, where people would be on vacation at the Tennessee Aquarium. We were selling in front of there in a booth at what they called the River Market, or they'd be on vacation and go to the other one that we would do closer to downtown. And they'd go home and tell their friends, and like, man, we didn't even have a fucking website. I had Vistaprint business cards. So naturally, I think when COVID hits, I'm like, man, I need to go and get a job. So I called a friend of mine who helped early on with the business and said, hey, I need a job. I'm an electrician. I still have my master's license at the time. He's like, yes, you can start Monday. And I'm like, cool. So I went and did my little PP test. It came back good, obviously, because I was not riding around Atlanta doing dope. And I had a job as an electrician. That was a Friday. He said, show up here Monday. And
a lot of people are saying how they found us. A lot of people saying like Jason Pike, searching for fixed blades.
And that's what's
YouTube
crazy.
Videos.
Is it YouTube? And I mean, look, I don't know.
Ryan Henley said, I seen an old video of a guy sitting and talking to my soul.
That's on the stump. I love that video. That's before Camera Wife reined me in, when I would just put, there's bugs everywhere, which now the lives have turned into my old style YouTube videos. Unfiltered, rambling, whatever. Big old dude too, right, Ryan? Oh, the big old
the
dude.
backwoods, yeah, cool.
See, these people have reached out, or C-Dub has reached out to certain people that would fit our brand and say, hey, I think we're pretty good. You guys should check us out. And this is before we knew you're supposed to pay these people. So they're like,
Babe, Juvon, man, Javon.
He does some work.
Javon, like, he makes so many videos.
And Ryan and I
were really hardworking.
Ryan and I were talking the other day. That meant a lot. I got a little bit, little something in my throat and my little eyes when he's talking about how much our videos meant to him, our old videos too, especially. So if you've gone back and watched those old videos, I'm talking about how to.
Look, everybody wants you to do another pork test.
We do need to do a pork test. Let's do a pork test.
Let's do a pork test.
Today. You got one?
No.
Oh. Hey, look, you want to hear something else crazy?
Yeah, we're going to do a Piranha giveaway.
Mom and Dad, remember this? Right before we moved up here, the weekend before we moved up here, what did we do? Slaughtered 3 hogs. Y'all probably like, what? Yes. I raised hogs. We chopped them up. We de-haired them in a hog scalding tub that I still have. I can close my eyes and tell you how to take a hog apart and make some awesome sausage and bacon and what not. Before we moved up here. Straight up. Crazy.
EDC fixed blade small Piranha. We're going to give that away. Hashtag EDC. It's going to be blimmed and it's going to have the existing sheath because we need to get rid of those.
Patreon, watch out for.
And you can't complain when it's free, right?
Mission EDC, T-Kell Mission EDC. Watch out for that. That's something that I really feel like our heart is in, and that's going to be.
They don't know what you're talking
about. I know. I said, watch out for it. Just keep your eyes peeled once we get past this drop. Oh, and holy crap, you circus animals. Biggest Patreon launch sales in history. What you guys bought in the last 24 hours is astonishing, and it moves us so much. I just was like agape. I was trying to build some stairs for a new shop. I don't know.
You about to get teary-eyed?
I don't know. I just like the story of how we started, and now the people that are like family to us. It really it moves me, man. I'm a pretty gruff dude, and I've been through some serious trauma in my life. I mean, stuff that would break a lot of people. And I don't know. It just means a lot to me. Every freaking blade, y'all don't know. I'm talking
Ron
barely
said he left work
sleep.
early for the Patreon sale.
Man, thanks. I'm sorry if you get fired. I'll buy some more jerky. Are you affiliated with that? Or is that just a friend you're trying to hook up?
Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
What'd you do?
Just showing how dumb I am.
Dumb. She's not
Trying
dumb.
to show a different comment, but they're coming in so fast.
I don't know, man. It's wild. And I'm telling you guys, if we really, really wanted to, we could sell a gajillion more blades than we do. I just don't know if that's right for us. I just don't know. I couldn't do this. Those days, you remember that
Miss Cold says he loves you. He said he loves us.
Let me tell you something. It took me almost 10 years to reciprocate my mother-in-law saying that to me. And that happened recently, just so y'all know how I am with people. And look, there was like 1.5 people in my life that I would hug, and they all live in this house.
Yeah,
and I'll hug them now.
People hug you now. You used to didn't.
Man, some of those people that would come to that Chattanooga market.
Oh, honey, the silver coin. Can you show that?
Where is it?
Oh, did you take it to the other shop to show to Grant?
Man, I freaking love that thing. Where the hell is it?
I think we took it to the other shop to show Grant because you thought it was so cool.
Why did I do that? We know somebody at that shop has sticky fingers.
We'll show it on the next
Hold
live.
on, maybe it's over here.
Have it here.
I knew I forgot that the other live.
Yes, but we love it. It's awesome.
Dude, that thing is so cool. Y'all don't even know. Damn it. Now that's going to bug me.
I think we took it to the other shop.
Wow, but then where is it over there? Is it
It's in the other shop.
in the shop? Like the big shop?
For anybody that just joined or that hasn't been on the whole time, we are dropping 14 knife models, some of which we haven't dropped in a long time. They won't be offered again until the following quarter that they're offered.
Yeah, some may not be this year again. Where in the
So that's Monday at
Noon.
12 Eastern.
If you guys are joining Patreon between now and then, I had to turn them off so that we could get re-inventoried. I will let you get all those blades as a patron between now and noon Monday.
Winston Cabretti, $5. Just to clarify, if I ordered a Combatant months ago, when it's on its way, it'll be the new version with the jimping.
That's
correct?
Right.
Yes.
Correct. And let me tell y'all something. He's been around since those days.
Who, Winston Cabretti?
That's correct.
And y'all also...
Like, he been in the shop when it was me and me and me. Just me.
Oh, yeah. Things were so lean during COVID.
Whew.
You were, like, giving lessons over here and stuff. Yep.
Yeah, the reason that Bob DeMarco knows about us is this guy. Can you
show a striker?
Yeah.
I would say that probably
Reed.
Warthog, probably Accomplice, Bushman, Mercenary. A lot of those won't be until the following year on the same time frame.
Yeah, I mean,
the stuff that we offer more often is like the Piranha, the Nightstalkers, but the other ones, they're going to come
biannually is what I'm trying to do, twice a year. If Jeremy's on here, he and I are really trying to figure out making that happen more often. This is a striker with a century grip in the old darker finish.
Put God first in your business and it will be impossible to hinder. God bless his hard work. Tim, you are awesome. God bless you, from Zachary Walsh.
Thank you, Zach. And then you won't be able to explain it. When people go, hey man, why do you come up everywhere on a search? I don't know.
When's the Ops Hawk coming? From Jeremy R.
Fall. That'll be the fall drop.
V3 pork test.
Man, that pork would jump in half at the sight of that V3 coming. I mean, that thing is effing wicked.
Should bring the Defender back.
Look, there's a lot of stuff that I would love to bring back. Like, there's some stuff that are the old hand grind models that I know would sell. I just don't have the time or the freaking...
I do really think you should bring that back.
The Defender?
Mm-hmm.
Like just the plain?
The sharpened one. Because people that have gotten that have been really happy with it.
I know. But then, how are we going to do all this? Look, there is something that's kind of simmering in the background that may. Okay, let's talk real. How long we been on this thing?
An hour and 45. We got one more giveaway to do.
How many people are on here?
187.
Okay, so pretty close to what we normally have. Our biggest barrier to making the amount of knives that you guys want to buy and all the different models is facilities. Because this room that I'm in now, we call the bunker, started life as my son's room. And he's not in this room. He's in this world. That's a whole nother story. So my computer's over there, and that turned into, I was too busy. One dude came to help me, and then C-Dub's like, holy crap, this is real. He's not going back to the railroad. I better help because my husband is, I was so stressed out. All I was doing was eating, and I was like 9,000 pounds and super unhealthy. And so she started helping do shipping. And then that got too big for her to do shipping, and because then I was overwhelmed with anyway. It just kept building and building and building and building and building into this thing. And then we were in the shop outside, and she said, you're freezing your ass off, move inside to my dance studio. And then I outgrew that.
I gave him my dance studio. There's like mirrors behind all his stuff.
Yeah, like behind where all the stuff is out there in the old shop, there's mirrors. And I was in that shop when I met Cabretti. For real. And then there's some people that have been around, like Rick Gifford. You guys see him on Patreon? When I was outside in the gas forge days, like he's been around since the 1095 days, like way back. So we outgrew that, and then we were like busting at the seams, trying to figure out what the heck to do. And this house up the road came up for rent, so we rent it for office space, and there's a big 40 by 40 shop behind there, and we is out of space there. Jeremy's shop is actually not on site here. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to get the steel to Jeremy, and then here, and then back here, and then
Jeremy is James Slay. If y'all ever see him on, he's the machinist.
Yeah, he's our.
I don't see him on today, but
he's the gangster. He's probably buried in.
He's probably cutting a million knives.
That's what he does, man. It's cool.
He's incredible. He used to work for NASA,
and he did pattern and die work. Like,
wait, is it NASA he worked for?
I'm pretty sure he did some work for NASA.
Do I have that right?
I'm pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, he'll tell us.
Yeah, maybe I got.
I'm like, you effing liar. No, I feel fairly confident that that's the case. We are experimenting with some other people that are very, I won't say very good, that are good at their
Still
job.
alive. Yes, we are, Matthew McCann.
Yep, we're here.
Them all.
So we just don't have the room. If we can be creative, our margins are too thin to build a new building. It's like, I don't know. How do we do this? How do we grow? Or do we want to? Because I think a shitty thing to do would be to raise prices and price you guys out of our products. So we can...
Well, we might have to go up a little bit.
Well, we got to go up for cost of material because everybody knows things are more expensive than they used to be. But that will be a reasonable price increase.
Alex Medina, story time with Tim is always a good time.
Man, it's like the guys that used to work for me when I was a district manager of this other company, they'd be like, you're like the most interesting man in the world. I've done a lot of stuff, but I don't know. We're just super raw and open. Probably too much so. I don't really know shit about the knife industry.
3 a.m. Forge. Tim loves Nitro V.
I do.
He said that he made a dive knife out of it and left the saw back a little rough before hardening and now can't fix it even with diamond files.
Yeah, Nitro V is effing hard. Pull that temper out and reheat treat it.
Do we have any Blim combatants we could give away?
So it's weird. This time we have Blims before we heat treat.
Yeah, and I have sold a couple to people that have reached out.
we also need to talk about that aspect of Patreon. Before it was, you guys get first jump on stuff. It was, this is how you get blims. So
now it's hard because there's so many of y'all.
there's so many
that we
people.
can't- unless we just give them away randomly, there's not enough to go around for everybody.
And then C-Dub feels bad. And if you guys are new to us, C-Dub is short for CW, which is short for camera wife. Because I called her camera wife one time in an old video back in the day, and she thought it was cute, and she's cute, so it stuck. There it is. That's why she's the camera wife.
I
Ta-da!
think you should stockpile them and have a big sale like you used to from Hunter.
Yeah, we may have to do that.
The problem is I cannot.
Y'all see how many patrons there
Wait, let me just say, I have a hard time saying no. So if y'all reach out to me and say, do you have any blim, whatever, I want to help you. And I'm bad about that.
Those days where it was single drop, like July 1st was when we used to do that. One, because we were like starving one time, and she came downstairs and was like, we got to pay bills. What is all this stuff right here? And I'm like, there's something wrong with them. And she's like, she can't find anything wrong with them. She's like, you need to sell these. So I did a blemish sale on July the 1st, and it was crazy popular.
Yeah, it's so different now. We don't have...
There's so many people. I've gotten better, so we don't have as many blemishes. And also,
that's where
if we release it
first knife
right
on that July 1st.
If we release them in, and this was before C-Dub was a big part of the business, you know, because she is a keeper of the home, like biblical woman, like straight up homeschool, taking care of all the crap that it takes to run a household and the other aspect of the business. So she's like super camera wife. So it was all up to me.
Those peasant CW sell those blims.
That's the thing, right? So she has a heart, and she's championed that part of the business because it was too much on my shoulders to handle all of that as this thing grew. And there's not enough to go around.
Oh, honey, Scott Boomershine asked about his open order. I'm assuming you have an order, FLN. Can you give an update on that?
Okay, they're heat treated. FLNs are finally, all of them are heat treated. A quarter of them are done with the black etching and the tumble, and we're going to start sharpening those early next week. The rest of the black ones are going to be acid etched and sharpened probably later next week or the week after.
If you want us to check on your specific order, I don't know what you have, you can reach out.
Monday, Tuesday, we're going to get everything out the door to nickel boron for the other ones. And that will finish that God-forsaken project.
I mean, we could count up how many more of those blim combatants we have and do something for
There's
Patreon.
12.
That's all? Yeah, see, that's the problem. There's not enough to go
There's
around.
12.
The only thing we could do is just give them away.
Now, some blemishes come from the nickel boron process, so there may be more than 12. You know, because that's an electroless nickel boron process, so sometimes it does weird shit. That's just what happens.
The Raiders are not done yet, are they?
No, Raiders are probably going on the machine. We're wrapping up the last of the new night guard blade this week.
All right, y'all. Last chance to enter for the Piranha.
Here's the thing. Raiders, Strikers, Warthogs, Taylor's Ridge, all that go on the machine at the same time. So every time we flip, there's 7 blades done. So those will roll quick. They'll roll through pretty quick. So they're finna be started. Actually, could be why Jeremy's not answering. He may be doing those now.
I'm about to do the drawing.
But everything else is either really close to or has shipped. And we're waiting on the Piranha sheaths, says the redesign on those. Again, if you want your Piranha now, with the old sheath, let me know. Wow, man, congratulations.
You have a Piranha, Brandon?
If not, you do now.
I don't think he does, if I remember right, but he might. I don't think he does. I think he's a Raider.
We are open to doing the once a year thing, but the way that Patreon was structured was we would release those blims in the $25 tier first, and then 9, and then 3. But then people started getting pissed because there were some of those guys in that top tier that are like, hey, I'm buying a bunch of them because I'm using these to spread the word. That was fine because
Yeah, we got to figure out a way that we can do that because I want that to be a benefit for the patrons. It's just hard to do.
right now they just got to catch you in the right mood, and you're like, sure, I'll sell it to you. And then I go, where did these go? And you're like, oops. But look, she champions that. I love the way she handles it. You know, she is a tremendous part of this.
Yeah,
Customer service, and she's my best effing friend.
It's like all these like blooms and people asking for this, or I'm holding that, or I'm gathering up this international thing that somebody doesn't want shipped right now. It's like all messy, and some of the guys will come over there and they're like, "This isn't sustainable. How can you keep doing this?" I'm like, "We're doing it."
I was like, "Look, this is how we're doing it. You know your role." You might not
think the payment plan, and we got 20 people. We got to try to keep up payment plans. We're doing it.
Look, man, she's got the payment plans written down. Like, and y'all don't even know.
Josh L, $99.99 again. Extra B-Day present for tomorrow. Oh my gosh, we're gonna totally get her something extra.
No, we will. We will spend that 100% on her.
I thought about taking her to the zoo.
The ZOO. But then I'm freaking. Y'all saw the FBI thing, right? I don't want to scare y'all, but just look up the threats that they talked about. I know they're trying to hide that.
Aaron D, just put a limit on how many blessings can be bought as a patron. I don't really see anybody.
How do you do that?
I don't have anybody that's like greedy. Everybody's like super gracious.
We had one dude, and he still is a patron, but he would buy tons and tons. But
yeah,
he is a very godly man, and he was giving those away to less fortunate people. And I can't. I don't have a mechanism that would only allow you to do that. Like, how do I set that up? I'm not a web guy. Like, how the hell do you do that? It's taking a...
Yeah, if y'all have ideas, feel free to send them over on Patreon.
I mean, all the ideas are probably going to be the same ones that we've tried to work through before. I mean, look, you think a website is just like you list products and it goes, and hell no.
Jeffrey Fails, behind every strong man is a strong woman. Yes.
You got it. And look, we are like 50-50, shoulder to shoulder, undivided.
So our whole video was called 14 Knives You Need. The plan was to show them all in all the groups, and we showed a few.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see any of the blades that we're dropping.
We're going to be on for like 5 more minutes if there's any blade or any grip you want to see before we jump off.
Now we got to go shopping and put ourselves at risk.
Let us know.
Thanks, Josh. You do a lot, man. I appreciate that. And, you know, that's a sign of a good human if you've got extra and you help others. And we do use the stuff that you guys, like when you say, I want this to go towards that fund for the people that can't afford blades, it goes there.
Can you show the Warthog?
I don't have one. Where'd the one go I had earlier? I lost it.
It's got the sheath on it. It's right over there, I think.
Let me show this black one with this huge scratch in it. It won't be black.
Yes, that's a good idea, Ryan.
It won't be black. So this is a trailing point blade. The Warthog is nasty, man. I'm really glad you guys voted to bring this one back because it is freaking nasty. Wicked. Really good skinner, too. If you look at it, it kind of looks like a giant version of the sharp finger. It's nasty. Really, really good blade.
Footbridge Media out of Florida run my website. I got $250,000 of business off of the site in the first year. Footbridge Media. I don't know. Is that like a marketing company? We're going to Big Commerce pretty soon.
Yeah, we're moving to Big C because Shopify thinks we make weapons and they do not like that. So they'll just hold $100,000 from us. Like, and you guys think about this. If you sell 10,000 knives, do the math at our price point. It's incredibly difficult to organize this. You know what I'm saying? Whew, it's a lot. It's a lot. We have to shy away from marketing because if we did marketing, we'd just piss a bunch of people off because we can't make them fast enough.
No, they're not, Hunter.
Why?
He asked if they were still holding our 100K.
No, I don't know what they're holding now. I can look.
Do you recommend a specific lube cleaner for your blades?
We sell that bore products that we use when we ship them. I really like that stuff because it's mostly natural material. So it uses citrus to clean the blades, and it's got animal fat, which is weird, but it works freaking great.
Smells good too.
To protect the blades. It's board products. We use we switched to the gun lube. We saw it on the website. I love the stuff. I love it. I like it when we're shipping blades, because if we do like 100 blades a day, the whole shop smells like oranges, and it's great. And, you know, as much as I love the smell of gasoline, we try to use that stuff, and it's really good. So look on the website. Get out of here, man. I've destroyed this room.
Josh L says, I'm respectfully demanding. Oh, gosh. Let me go back up. I missed it. He basically said he wants to be able to pay more for stuff on the site, but I lost the comment. Go get it.
Oh, like voluntarily?
I think so, yeah. Yeah. Get the option on the site to pay for our blades to help biz expansion.
That's coming. That's what I want. I'm excited to talk to you guys about that on Patreon. I think this opportunity is presenting itself for us to be able to do that. And
have an option to donate on the website. We're at 2 hours, so we need to.
Yeah, I told you guys to keep us here if you wanted to for like.
We're
5.
gonna miss y'all tomorrow.
It's gonna be weird.
I hope everybody has a happy Easter. Anything else?
I'm sure I forgot a million things.
Bring back the Defender series. Is the bottleneck the sheath? Hold on.
Here's the thing. Once we figure out a bottleneck, we get it nailed down, something else then becomes a bottleneck. The sheaths we've really gotten on top of, where we can crank out a few hundred of those a day, but then you run out of material. So you're waiting on somebody for black rivets, because we had the stupid black micro rivets. We basically are the only people in the US. So we got to send those off to be turned black. So then once we get on top of the sheaths, what becomes the issue then?
Electronics. He does have some serrations on this dagger that he's working on, but that's the only thing we have.
Yeah, the 2 daggers have serrations.
But
that's tough, guys.
When we've shown that, I haven't seen like a ton of excitement.
I don't know that anybody likes
y'all.
I really don't know that anybody's excited about it.
I think it's cool. I mean, and it'll have an ambidextrous sheath.
It'll be ambidextrous grip.
It'll be really, really easy to just grab and use. Any direction. You can show it. I think it's great.
Well, the one that we're making for that.
Why are y'all not excited about this knife?
I think it's ugly. Because Pete keeps
said
making.
That looks like a potato peeler.
Yeah, Pete started that crap, so he's the reason it's not gonna.
But they didn't say it was a potato peeler when it was the Malvado. Maybe it's because it's in that resin model.
But the other one is more like
strong.
The other one is more like the double Tonto version, which I don't have the resin model. I'm waiting to get it back.
Okay, the double Tonto version is the one with the serrations, right?
Yeah, this has serrates. You just can't really tell. See?
Scott, yes, you can buy different handle scales.
See, they're there.
Okay.
That's serrates. We can make it a full blade, but it's magic that it is ambidextrous as a dagger. And it's comfortable in reverse and forward grips. But you guys don't like it, so I don't know. I don't know to tell you.
Who is Dull Boy? I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
He said he thought Rusty Tigart says that a collab with T-Kell and Dull Boy could be fantastic. I've never heard of Dull Boy.
Here's the problem, guys. I am like on the fringe of the knife community, so I don't know who these people are. Oops. I think that's why we do stuff differently.
Hey, Josh L likes it. One vote. One vote for the dagger.
The other Spartan-esque looking one is cool too. You guys see this? Look at this. Whoa. Fancy. No hole. All of a sudden, there's a hole. This is the first one I hope to do in 3V.
What are those holes? Are those for the lashing
lashing screws? So that'll hold that grip on there. So you can use it with or without. So it'll be a skeleton blade, super thin, slicey. And then it'll come with a set of scales that you just pop in. And then these are the lashing screws so that you can have more of a grip if you want like an EDC style blade.
There's a few people saying they like the dagger.
They're just saying that because they feel bad for being rude.
What about the CW neck knife from Adam Keevy?
It's in process. I just don't know how the F long it's going to take.
Marco Barrow says dagger looks great. He's a small maker out of Texas. You should look at his stuff. Really nice designs. Cool.
Yeah, I'll check him out.
Some of the small makers, like that guy that you met at Georgia Bushcraft, his little knives, I mean, they were cheap. They were
Knowles?
really well made. Yeah.
Knowles, that's this one.
Good stuff. He put a lot of pride in all the little details that he did and everything.
This is Knowles knife.
And I think he has like 100 followers on Instagram.
We traded. We traded for a Raider. He really liked the Raider.
McCann. Where can I get Apache grips? Just send us a message. I don't think Tim put those on the site yet.
I forgot. I mean, we were on the phone with somebody who was like super excited to join Patreon to try to get in on this early thing. And then I said,
can you show Hades real quick?
Yeah. I said, those will be coming Friday. And he goes, that's tomorrow. And we were like, holy crap. That is tomorrow.
If you didn't know, we're dropping these knives for reservation Monday at noon, April 1st.
You still have the opportunity to get in early between now and noon if you want to join Patreon, or if you already did and didn't get to order before I took everything out of stock.
Roberto Hoya says the dagger is ahead of its time.
I think it's cool. Maybe that's what it is. It's too advanced. The other one I like a lot, but I don't have the resin model of it.
All right, guys. We're going to jump off. It. Hope you have a happy Easter.
You guys have a happy Easter. Remember what Easter is about. Resurrection. Remember that? Jesus, like it's a miracle. It's kind of cool. You should look into it. Anyway.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you, everybody, for being here and listening to my crazy, stupid stories.
Bye.
Bye. Is this thing on? Did you tell